I must say, friends, this is a real unusual sight.
Oh yes, it most certainly is, my dear Twilight. I do hope you're not referring to the cast of this sketch, are you? Because if you are, I am taking right back what I just said. Why that?
Are y'all for real, Twilight? You can't seriously believe that this here constellation with just us would be anything out of the ordinary.
I wouldn't even call it not stale and overused anymore.
Tu vois? The five of us just standing around and having a conversation about some randomly picked topic is about as outworn as a male protagonist.
Yeah, and don't think we didn't see what you're doing with all this. Getting us to argue over this very thing just to have a way of starting the episode. These intros used to be a lot smoother as well. Don't put the blame on me, it wasn't my idea. It was his. And not my fault either, because believe it or not, despite Robotus giving me the instruction to do exactly what you just pointed out, he did disregard something very important.
And whatever would that be?
The fact that all your complaints were completely unjustified. Because if you had taken the time to look around you for 1 second before indulging in another one of our pointless fights, you would have noticed that it isn't just 5 of us standing here.
Quoi? What are you saying?
Well, just have a very observant look around you, and you might notice the big difference from usual. The one our viewers probably noticed from the very start, since they had a visual presentation of our whole picture to help them see.
Let's see then. All right. We have you, Twilight, Fluttershy, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Wall, and lastly, there's Pinkie Pie. Quoi? Pinkie Pie? What? But how is this possible? You're never here.
Not quite, Rarity. I used to be never here, but it looks like things have changed along with the year.
Wow, you can say that again. I never would have expected to see you again so soon after those specials.
To be honest, I was pretty surprised as well. I had actually been contemplating on getting the terrarium out again when suddenly Robotus crashed through the roof. At first I jumped away in panic because I thought he was just there to squash me again, but he hadn't even aimed for me. After he landed, he just turned his head to me and handed me a letter. It was a certificate of approval, as he called it, in which he officially welcomed me into the main cast again.
Wow, that sounds great, Pinkie.
Oh yes? I'm sure these sketches can only improve if there's yet one more character to be mixed up in all this shit. It's not like it wasn't hard enough for Robotus to keep track of all our extreme personalities and everything we had going on as it was. No, sure, let's just add one more.
Well, on a somewhat positive side note, Pinkie's addition will probably not make things all too complicated, since she hardly has any personality to begin with.
Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, Rhea, Pinkie. It's just that you aren't exactly as, well, distinctive as the rest of us. Oh, you seem to have to your personality as being the least indecent one of us.
Wow, I gotta say, Rarity, that was pretty rough. I feel like I should have been the one who said that.
Why, are you jealous that it wasn't you who got to crush Pinkie's spirit? Are you really that petty?
Fuck you know. I just meant that it's my thing to be mercilessly honest. It's kind of my element, ain't it?
You guys really are such giant assholes. One just has to love you.
But they kind of have a point, Pinkie. Each of us have a very distinctive personality, in that we're all basically the same mean-spirited prick, while you are not at all different from your show character.
I see. That reminds me, I did want to make an effort in becoming a little more complex, as you would call it. Even back when you visited me, but then suddenly that Agent Classified showed up in typical Robotus sketch manner and just made that episode take a 180 in its direction. Don't forget that he also shot you. I really had to use all my strength in that moment to keep my composure. Oh, Fluttershy, really? I had no idea you felt this way. Luckily, that episode is on YouTube by now, so I can watch that scene as often as I want. It always has me rolling on the floor. Oh, well, I guess this one's on me for expecting anything else. Glad you're so sensible, Pinkie.
So, Pinkie, do you now want to settle on some crass character traits that redefine you as a pony?
I would like to, yes. But honestly, I'm kinda unsure about this ordeal, now that I had a few more moments to think about it.
What are you talking about? Are you afraid of getting cut off again by some random event that may or may not seriously injure or kill you?
You know, you might call me paranoid for that, but actually, yes, indeed I'm a little worried about beginning this topic.
Well, I can hardly blame you, Pinkie, but this feeling is completely misplaced.
That's true. I mean, on the one hand, you Agent Classified, and he surely ain't coming back after we freed him from that lab. And besides him, there's only Robotus himself. And since he was the one who invited you here, I don't think that he just did that to comedically kill you again. Though now that I said that out loud, it does actually sound exactly like something he would do.
Thanks for trying to call me Applejack. That really helped. Oh no, twitchy tail again!
Whoa, shit, y'all!
Phew! Thank God my tail is working again.
What the hell was that?
No idea. Did Robotus try to squash Pinkie again?
I don't think so.
Wait! There's no Robotus here. But what fell from the sky then?
Huh? Robotus, what the fuck are you doing throwing phones at us? Pinky? Yeah, she's here. Here, it's for you.
For me? Hello?
Hello, Pinkie Pie. It is me, Robotus.
Robotus, what do you want from me?
I'm just calling to make something clear. Since I heard you were worried that I'd just use this integration of USRZ up for a college joke. I am not. And I have no intention of harming you again. As of now.
Then why did you throw a telephone at me? My tail had failed me again. The result would have been the same.
Well, I guess. Tschüssi, Blattos von Robotus.
Ah, this robotic moron.
What? What is it, Pinky?
Oh, just Robotus being Robotus. He just wanted to inform me that he didn't have any plans to harm me.
By dropping a heavy old-fashioned telephone station from the sky directly on you.
Like I said, true to his nature. Though I can't say for sure if he really did do it on purpose, or if he was just oblivious to that.
But the gist of it is that Robotus seemingly won't interfere with our sketch, any more than he by now has, I mean.
That's what I got from it.
Oh, Lord, then that means you're actually free to go, Pinky. You can get back to what you were going to do before, developing some new character traits.
Oh yes! Wonderful!
All right, Pinky, and what are your new traits now gonna be?
That is a very good question. I don't know. You what? How the fuck can you not know? You literally had more than 3 months in real time to think of something. I know, and I did try, believe me. But nothing I came up with sat right with me. You all are lucky that the way you are now is just how you've always actually been like. I'm unfortunately not that depraved and entertainingly awful of a pony. And I don't think I could be. It just doesn't feel right for me to attack others unprovoked or actively seek out disputes.
Well, in that case, I'm afraid you are comically misfit for this cast of horrid degenerates.
Indeed. If y'all can't handle the way this group works, there ain't no place for you here.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Well, like I already stated earlier, despite all of us still being kind of unique, we're basically all sharing the same antagonistic traits. All each of us are doing with each other is snarking, complaining, provoking, and fighting. Don't get me wrong, I can't get enough of that, but it still could maybe use a little something else. Perhaps some sort of counterbalance.
You mean, like Pinky's more kind-hearted nature?
Yeah. Not only could she spice things up and prevent all of our sketches only ever being composed of just us bickering, she might also serve as a welcoming and rewarding catalyst for our hostilities. Sort of like a voluntary butt monkey.
That last one sounds inviting.
Especially considering the fact that she has basically always been a butt monkey, at least in this world.
That's true. It's not like I'm not used to you guys acting like total assholes. But at least you'll now focus it directly on me.
Really, Pinky? You won't mind it at all? You know that most of the time you'd only be there for us to antagonize you.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm just glad to be here with you. It allows me to remember the times when we were recording our show. Everything was always so fun and nice back then. Shame it wasn't ever real.
Oh, calm now, Pinky. Stop being such a mood killer.
Besides, not everything was fake. I mean, we might all be horrible ponies who seemingly hate each other's guts, but we still spend so much time with each other. And none of us hesitated to join the rest when it came to stopping Celestia and saving the fillies. Perhaps we aren't so bad after all, Pinky.
I, for one, am just here for the clouds.
Oh, shut up!
Twilight! Twilight! I need to talk to you!
Huh? Starlight?
Well, ain't that an unusual choice of character? What's up, Purple Mane? Excuse me, but my mane is not at all purple. You see, this is a very special kind of violet.
Enough with the fucking mane. What is it, Starlight?
And why are you here all alone? Where is your mayor friend you usually always cling to?
Okay, first of all, we are not mere friends, just normal platonic friends. And we most certainly always keep an appropriate distance from each other. Not once have we ever even touched in an erotic manner and definitely not shared any bodily intimacies. Any and all mention of such are nothing but rumors.
No pony cares about your refusal to accept your lesbianism. Like, really? None of us give a single shit. So just candid and tell me why the hell you came running like you did. You did want to tell us something, didn't you?
Oh, all right then. I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, but the reason why I'm in such a rush, and even came here without Trixie, is this.
A letter. And what does it say?
Here, you should read for yourself.
Was it addressed at me? How come you already read it then?
No, it was addressed at me. But interestingly, while it read my name, the address itself was that of Friendship School.
Oh yes, that abandoned building near my castle. But like I just said, it was abandoned when our show ended and it was no longer needed. Why would anyone send letters there?
Just read it, Twilight.
Alright. What do we have here?
My fairest principal, Starlight Glimmer. It must no doubt be inexplicable at first that you would be written to by the like of mine after such a length of pastime. Yet Yet it matters not whether my endeavors are traceable or not, as all that does is my own righteous cause. Without adues and dawdles, I shall proceed to my point. Friendship School was my place of origin, the very place my villainy gained its birth. And so I find it an indisputable impertinence that it should be closed now. How am I to ever attain success when no pony can even see the humble beginnings of my career, all closed down and shut? Mark my words and pass them on, for I will not be long before I set in motion my plan. I shall bring back forth all the glory that has been lost, and all will see me for the acting prodigy I am. Yet a villain is only ever as good as her adversaries, and so I incentivize you to be wary. In the meanest of time, you and all the main six shall be seeing. Most kindest deference, Equestria's newest villain persona, Cozy Doll. Postscriptum, directly to Twilight Sparkle and her friends. How did you, by the way, like the wording of this particular letter? I do hope it was not too old-timey for you. Oh, you foolish ponies, you have not the shade of an idea of the kind of enemy you made.
I'm sorry, what? What even was the content of this letter? To me, it was all just one giant salad of outdated expressions and needlessly complicated phrasings.
Well, me being the language show-off I am, I was able to gauge most of it. It was basically just an overly complicated way of threatening us. Some pony going by the name of Cozy Doll, declaring to be our enemy.
Huh? You sure it didn't say Cozy Glow?
At least that's what the voice sounded like. No. Didn't you hear who signed it? Cozy Doll. To me, that sounds kind of like this one Batman villain. But I do wonder, whoever might just be behind this persona.
Oh, save it, Pinky. I know it's entertaining to keep up a mystery like that. But we didn't even need to hear that very distinctive voice normally only the viewer should have heard. Yet we somehow also did.
Even without that name alone is so blatantly obvious, it would be an insult to anyone watching to even try to make that a mystery.
Oh, fine. Party pooper.
But even with the knowledge that it is clearly Cozy Glow who's behind this letter, this still explains nothing. It rather only creates more questions. What is she going on about her villainy? I thought she said that was just an act.
And that whole mention of her old-timey English, while undoubtedly true, really came off as uncalled for. She made it sound as if we ever had voiced any critique about it.
Well, you did call her a pretentious wannabe cutie when she went to the bathroom after the New Year's fireworks.
I did, sure, but she couldn't have heard that. Or could she?
I don't know. The walls in my castle are made of crystal, but that crystal was vomited out by a tree in the form of a rainbow. I myself never noticed anything about the walls being thin.
But you did complain about constantly hearing Spike performing his worship ritual, as he calls it.
That's true, though that hardly had anything to do with the walls. Since that prick never closed his room door, he would even open it again when I went and closed it myself. For some reason, he deemed it really important that I noticed whenever he started beating the bishop to your OnlyFans profile picture. He probably expected me to tell you about it every single time.
Which ironically you just did. Thank you for the nightmare fuel.
Come on, you can't possibly be surprised by this.
No, but I still didn't need to know what exactly his fapping aid was. Now I gotta change my profile picture.
Maybe you could try putting some clothes on next time, you tramp.
Oh, Applejack, are we really gonna make that worn-out joke about ponies being nude all the time yet again?
I don't know. Are you?
Maybe I should just put up a photo of your butt instead of mine. Surely that will discourage my little pervert from disrespecting his queen in such manner.
As well as drive away any and all subscribers. You do know what they say about Earth pony butts.
That's also true. Quite a pickle I'm in.
Hey guys, I know you always get lost in the most random of topics and forget about whatever important thing is going on. But what are we now gonna do about this letter? I mean, that was clearly a threat made against us.
Right. I guess we should do something about that. Though, if I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what we even should do. I mean, this might indeed be a threat in the announcement that sometime soon Cozy Glow is gonna do something villainous with her new identity. But what are we supposed to do? Show this to the police?
Well, that's what I would have figured.
Oh, Pinky, you really are still very new to this whole sketch thing, so let me explain to you the simplest and most important rule about this. We never make any real progress by ourselves. Each and all times, we just let things happen to us. Anything other would be just artificial and unbelievable.
So in other words, you willingly allow this villain to do whatever sick plan she has in mind just because it could be used for another episode.
Y'all making it sound like it ain't the reasonable choice. Like, what do we even still live for, besides making sketches? Without them, we wouldn't even have an online presence anymore. With our show being finished and a new gen arising to replace us. At this point, we gotta take anything we can get.
And on that, Who would we even show this to? Like Twilight said, the police are out of the question. Basically, any pony is.
But why?
Because you heard the way this letter was written. Only I was even barely able to grasp what the hell she meant to say. Most ponies aren't going to be able to make anything of these words.
Come on, don't underestimate others like that. It wasn't that hard to understand.
No. What we all heard was just the halfway modernized version for the viewer. But if you look at the paper, you'll notice that even the letters are written in an old-fashioned manner. Not to mention the expressions themselves.
What the heck is a snollyguster? Did she even use that correctly? And what does she mean by blithering? Who talks like that?
So you see, there isn't really anything we can do about it. Surely we could go and try to find Cozy Glow ourselves. But why should we? Like I said, anything for another episode.
Well, I guess. I gotta say I have to get used to this whole thing.
You'll get the hang of it eventually. The most important thing you need to remember is that it is never a bad time to make an uncalled for jibe. Speaking of which, hey AJ, how about you end this one with a joke again?
You know, Dash, this would have really annoyed me if I hadn't already seen it coming since the moment you opened your mouth. After all, we are at the end of the sketch.
So are you now going to do it or not?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not me. I'm out of here.
What was the joke now?
I don't think there was any, darling.
She really didn't digest it all too well what you said on Hearthwarming Eve.
Hey, I didn't mean nothing by it. I was just being honest.
Still, thank you for the downer ending, Pinky. You're proving to be a real enrichment to our cast.
Oh, now I get it. Or wait. Do I?